Take it all in, guys. Beautiful, beautiful card, and coming up on Independence Day here, and I just huge fan of this. This is such a beautiful card, and it's Trey National Treasures RPA, of course, and I want to do a demo on this one, you guys, as an RPA and as a thick card, and it doesn't need a lot. So the good news, you guys, with the front of this card, it's like glass. I'm not going to do anything to it. A lot of the RPAs, you guys, you'll see have little touches of like little specks in the foil. There's one right there. I'm not going to be able to do much with that. It's a little chip missing out of the clear coat, and even though like my polish is good stuff, it doesn't make a new clear coat for you. So I looked all over the front of this thing. It's awesome. The corners are just thankfully awesome. The edges are awesome. All right, the front is perfect. I'm not gonna mess with it. Always use a card mat because I'm gonna have to put this baby face down for a second. And if you guys haven't had the opportunity to own a National Treasures RPA or ever check one out, pick one up if you can. Even just check one out at a card show. They're just remarkable. They're beautiful. So on the back, there is a corner ding. Okay, the edge flips up starting like right here all the way to the end. Okay, and then I got some fingerprints on the back too. Okay, so I'm and even got a little bit of an impression line going across here. So I'm gonna do my best. And the thing is, see that impression, that little line going across right there, is in line with the cutaway where the patch is. So you got to be extremely careful. Being where the placement of that is, I probably won't even mess with it because you don't want to be pushing into the center of that. You could cause dings or dents. So my biggest focus on this one is to get these fingerprints off the back of it and to get this corner to lay down. All right, so let's go at it. Thanks for watching, you guys. I'm Kurt with Kurt's Card Care, and this will be the National Treasures RPA corner episode, we'll call it. All right, so let me get my tools here, you guys, and for this one we're going to keep it real light. We're just going to use the edge and corner tool. Okay, so let me get that handy, you guys, and that's what this is. And I'm just going to start by going from this orientation south to north on it, and just kind of get this little edge to flip back, hopefully. And I've had multiple requests to work on the corners of a thicker card, so this will check the boxes. And the thing with a thicker card is they seem to be easier to get edges and dings on them, just by the nature of them being heavier and a little bit thicker. But this one is marvelous. The front is just spectacular, and this was in a Panini One Touch sealed, and I don't know if it just got mishandled during the autograph process or putting it back into the One Touch or whatever, but if you're just gentle with it, you should be able to get it to go back to its original state. And this is one that I'm not gonna rush through. I might even work on this corner multiple times if it doesn't work right away for me, but I think we'll get some good progress here where I can show you guys. So I'm not gonna bend when I'm doing the corner tool, because I don't go off and fall off the edge hard. I'm going over and up, over and up, over and up. Just trying to get this thing to not be bent in the corner. But also you want to be mindful of not trying to like round the corner out and push it down. And even though these cards are thicker, they're still cardboard, and you got to be delicate. So we almost got it all the way down. You can still see a little bit of light reflecting in that corner because now I need to go from north to south on it, okay? But check it out. It's almost all the way back flat. So I'm gonna put the penny sleeve back on, you guys, and do the exact same thing. Just it's almost like, guys, you want to trace the corner, but I stay on the surface. I don't touch the actual 90-degree corner. I stay right on the surface. I get right up to it. Over and up. And now I'm working up that north and south edge, just over and up. Let's give it a smooth down. Still in there a little bit. I'm not going to do much more because look at it, it's still sharp. Looks really good, man. They don't always come out that quick, you guys, but when they do, just count it as a win. I'm going to still just give it a couple massages here. Let me just look at it under the light, and then I'm going to show you guys how to do the fingerprints off the back. These are definitely cards you don't want to touch a lot. Must wear gloves with these, you guys. These surfaces on these, the acetate on the front and then the shiny on the back, they're like magnets for fingerprints and oils. I'm barely touching this thing, you guys. I could tell like whatever hit this thing or whatever dinged it didn't hit it hard. It's almost like putting it in the case too hard, like when they've packed it up. It's looking good. See that? Hell yeah. That's what I wanted to do. And I'll point out a couple things, you guys, that aren't worth doing anything. You'll find every RPA has a little bit of like, sometimes you'll have white spots, a little bit of white spots on the edges. It's just a thick card that probably got those white spots, you guys, those little white spots, probably even during when it was being cut. So it's like these little things. I know you can see them and go, oh God, go get that. It's just missing a little piece of the red. There's nothing I can add to this to make it better, you know? I'm always trying to flatten things out like you guys see, or just, you know, shine something up that needs a shine, but you can't replace the colors. So here's what I'm gonna do, you guys. I'm gonna use my straw. Brand new microfiber. I am going to, it doesn't show up that well when I make the video, but if you guys see me do this a few times, I hold a straw under here and I just put a little bit of breath on it. Fingerprints pop out like crazy on these things. Let me try to show you. It's hard for me to get you guys to see it, but just do it on your own cards. Like put a little bit of breath through a straw because it goes away so quick. So if you're holding the card up to your face, by the time you like breathe on it and look at it, it's hard to identify. So just use a straw. It's probably Trey Lance's fingerprints, but we don't want them on here. His auto is nice. His fingerprints gotta go. And always wipe, guys, like towards an edge or down with it. Don't ever go back and forth. And don't even wipe the edge of the microfiber. You could catch those flaky little edges so easy. And I showed you guys this real light little line cutting across. I'm under bright light, so everything looks like 10 times worse. See that line? Here's what my concern is with that. You got to look at the opposite side of a card when you're working on them and say like, all right, if I touch here, what's going to happen? So remember, let's just say that little line's like right at the bottom. We'll just call it this like gray line going across. So I'm going to hold my finger here, and it lines up right in the middle of the cutaway for the RPA. Way too valuable of a card to be pressing on the back and seeing if you can get that thing to turn around. And frankly, guys, it's barely even noticeable. So I just want to give you guys boundaries. Like, go after it all day if you see a line in the back of a card without a patch cut out in the front. But when it's a beauty and just a monster card like this, don't mess with it. All right, it's beautiful the way it is, and I'm just happy to show this one to you guys. Just a beauty, beauty, beauty. And now that corner on the back is looking as good as it's going to get. The front is all acetate, so these things are thankfully all sharp and awesome. And that's it, you guys. Go on the back of a RPA or a thick card just like that. Use the corner tool. Use your trusty straw to find some hidden fingerprints. And, you know, if a card has sticky stuff or surface lines and all that stuff, you can easily get use out of my sprays and polishes. But this one, brand new, doesn't need a whole lot done, thank God. And for an RPA that can have a lot of stuff going on, that corner is looking sweet. The bottom edge is laying back down. And you know what? There's a like the little mark right there is baby. It's just stuff that sometimes you just gotta add up in your head. Like, is it worth trying to press on this thing to what? Maybe save a half point, but could potentially go into the front of the card? No way. Just enjoy it, man. This thing is gonna grade high regardless, and it looks awesome. So, you guys, thanks for always the requests. Here's a thick card and an RPA, and it looks like it's a great nod to the great USA, so I'm all about it. You guys, thanks for watching. I'm Kurt with Kurt's Card Care.